FPA and the Foundation for Financial Planning have enjoyed a long partnership over the years to help make financial planning more accessible to family in critical needs situation that really need the guidance of a skilled and experienced financial planning professional. This work started many years ago when a group of caring, compassionate, and urgent planners and FPA chapters came together to support those that were impacted so sadly by the tragic events of September 11, 2001. Since then, this partnership has not only aligned our organizations in a shared and important cause, but it's been fueled by thousands of financial planner volunteers and many FPA chapters who are engaging in pro bono programs in communities around our nation. But no matter how much FPA and the Foundation collaborate together, making financial planning more accessible is not possible without the women and men who are willing to roll up their sleeves and do the work, engaging with individuals and families in crisis or need to help them overcome those financial obstacles that are holding them back. So if you're like me and my husband Mark, and you support the Foundation for Financial Planning, or you donate that most precious resource of all, your time, in participating in a pro bono program in your community, I'm going to ask you now to please stand. Please go ahead and stand if you volunteer for pro bono planning in your community or contribute to the Foundation for Financial Planning. Would you bring up the lights? Thank you. We want to recognize you for your generosity of spirit, support, and service. Thanks so much, because the work that you do showcases the power of financial planning in your communities. And many of us got into financial planning because we wanted to change lives. And we know that financial planners may not be able to change or solve the problem of the epidemic of cancer that impacts millions of Americans, but we also know that we can play a critical role in helping those families that are encountering those financial stresses from cancer. This is why the Pro Bono for Cancer campaign is critical and why FPA is so proud to be a part of it. Since we put out the initial call for volunteers earlier this year, more than 100 FPA members across the country have raised their hand and said, I want to be part of this campaign. And as we saw in the video, the foundation is raising money through its Pro Bono for Cancer campaign to continue supporting and expanding these programs in hospitals and cancer centers around the country. So to tell you a little more about this outstanding campaign, let me turn it over to the Foundation of Financial Planning Chair, Casey Gott.
Thank you for having me. I am thrilled to be here today to talk about this incredibly important work in which FPA is a vital national partner. Now, thanks to many of you in this room, since its launch, the Pro Bono for Cancer campaign has raised an incredible $1.6 million. And we're not done there. The more we raise, the more we are able to contribute to this program, the more the foundation can help this program scale over the next few years, reaching more families in critical need of quality, free financial planning. Now, at your seats, you'll find a flyer with a full list of the campaign's top donors, most of whom are members of FPA. Let's give those folks a quick round of applause. Thank you. Now, not only are FPA members among the most generous supporters of the campaign, but FPA is a national partner and a key collaborator in the cancer effort, leading the recruitment of CFP volunteers to work with the participating families. In addition, a few of you jumped in to serve on an ad hoc advisory committee in the early days of the work, helping develop content for a specialized online training that all volunteers now take in preparation for their service in the program. Working closely with FPA and other nonprofit partners, including a fantastic organization called Family Reach, the foundation has spent the last year developing and expanding a program framework that can be widely adopted over time. Now, by the end of this year, Family Reach plans to engage at least 15 hospitals in the program. And by the end of 2019, plans to increase the number of referring hospitals in their network to over 40. We're also excited to announce we're on track to reach over 500 families through this program by the end of 2019, ensuring that those families are better equipped to manage the complex and often overwhelming financial challenges that come with a serious cancer diagnosis. Now, let me hand it back to my friend Evelyn, who incidentally, along with her husband Mark, are the newest members to our leadership circle for the Pro Bono for Cancer campaign. And Evelyn's going to introduce some very special guests.
Thank you. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you. So if you're interested in being part of this work or interested in supporting it financially, we need you. Please visit the Foundation for Financial Planning booth in the exhibit hall to make a gift or to sign up with FPA as a volunteer. Okay, I'm gonna help you out here because I've been in the exhibit hall too. So the way this works, you're gonna go down the escalator, you're gonna take a left, and it's booth 828, right there. And if you're not brave enough to try it, try it. The exhibit hall's not so scary. It's actually a lot of fun. However, if you're more of an online person, I also encourage you to go to probonoforcancer.org so you can learn more about the campaign and how you can be part of it. So one outstanding FPA member has already volunteered to help families in need, and this is my friend Yusuf Abugideiri. Yusuf is one of many exceptional next-gen members of FPA, and he and his colleagues in the next-gen group are passionate about making financial planning more accessible for folks that need it most. We've asked Yusuf to say a few words about why he decided to volunteer with the Financial Planning for Cancer program. And we have a very special treat for you. Yusuf's pro bono clients, Mike and Leslie Longo of Massachusetts, are going to join him today. Mike Longo, a family of 3, was diagnosed in December of 2014 with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Over the next few years, Mike endured intensive chemotherapy treatments, a stem cell transplant, and CAR T-cell therapy, all very difficult, all quite expensive. Mike and Leslie know firsthand about coping with the financial challenges of cancer, and they have become advocates, true champions, willing to share their story, to shine a bright spotlight on how difficult and pressing this issue is. So please join me in extending a warm welcome for Mike and Leslie Longo and their financial planner, Yusuf.
Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Mike Longo, my wife Leslie.
Hi.
I've been asked to tell my story. My story starts in 2014. I was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. We didn't know anything about cancer. Cancer never really hit my family in the past or anything. So when it hit us, we didn't know what was to come. We didn't ask for help. I was sick, and we just kind of worked through it for a whole 6 months, I think. Mm-hmm. And then I was in remission, and I was feeling better. But during those 6 months of treatment, I didn't work. I was unemployed, and our bills went through the roof. My wife didn't know it, but I was paying our mortgage with the checks that credit card companies could send you. And that just rang up our debt. But again, I just thought I could get back to work as soon as I got better. And pay off that debt and move on with our lives. We just bought a new house. My twins just turned 1. I had a 3-year-old, she just turned 3, and it was tough.
You relapsed.
Yeah, I relapsed, and it was unexpected. So when I relapsed, it kind of started everything all over again. But that debt that I incurred was not forgiven. So it just kind of kept snowballing into a much bigger debt. I went into a short remission again. I relapsed again. Throughout this, Family Reach was one of the companies, one of the foundations that helped us, and they would help us. They paid our mortgage, which was unbelievable. They also introduced us to FPA, the Financial Planning Association, which Yusuf was, and basically what Yusuf has done for us has kind of confirmed the situation that we're in and just kind of helped us make the right decision, which, like I said, I've always said it would have been super helpful in the beginning, and that's why we're here today, to make sure that people get that help at the very beginning, because we've gone through it 3 times already.
I just want to say, when Mike was first diagnosed, it's like everything we had worked so hard for came crashing down. You have medical decisions to make. Mike is in the hospital. I'm talking for months at a time. I have the kids to take care of, and I don't know where to turn. Just so you're overwhelmed with everything. The last thing you're thinking about is paying the bills. But they're still there. They don't go away. They're on the table. He's the bill payer of the family. The last thing I want to do is stress him out, call him at the hospital and say, Mike, how do I pay these bills? I never paid these bills before. You have them all. You get it all done perfectly. So it would be so nice, and I encourage you to support this, because even the smallest answers, a small question, just getting that answer and confirmation makes a huge difference, and it really helps a lot.
Yeah, Yusuf's been that person
Yeah.
to confirm that
Yeah, he put
decision that we
everything,
made.
all our finances in one place. We're able to see them. He gave us confirmation to questions that we wouldn't know the answer to. Just that formal approach makes a really big difference.
Yeah,
So
for the
thank
years
you.
ahead, to get going in the years ahead. We do appreciate that.
Yes.
Appreciate everything you've done for us.
So it's my job now to talk about the engagement that we've had with the Longos for the past few months, and share my perspective. And the first thing that I want to focus on before I get into these prepared comments, however, is just the strength that these 2 individuals have demonstrated. So as you can tell, these are beautiful people, inside and out. I'm gonna try not to embarrass you 2 a little bit, but Mike and Leslie are incredible parents, and they're a beautiful couple. Mike's the kind of dad who would actually build a hockey rink in his backyard for his kids to enjoy. And when you think about Leslie, she's the kind of mom that people think of when you say, not all superheroes wear capes. The way that Mike has described the way that she showed up for their family, that's the kind of person she is. Their love for each other and their love for their children drive everything that they do. And so when we first started working together, Mike and Leslie shared their expectations of what they wanted out of an engagement with a financial planning professional. And their questions were around things that you would put under the bucket of normal, right? Should they refinance their mortgage? How to address their consumer debt? And they wanted to know if there were opportunities for creative solutions to improve their circumstances. And so to answer those questions, we gathered some data and subsequently presented a holistic plan that focused really on cash flow. The ideas that we shared with them are not going to surprise you, financial planning professionals out there in the audience, right? Things like, under the new tax law, the child tax credit actually wipes out their entire federal tax liability. And so once we did a tax projection and were able to show them that, we then found out that Mike could reduce his federal withholdings from his paychecks to 0. And what may seem like a simple outcome from our perspective creates a big difference on a month-to-month basis when a family in Mike and Leslie's situation can bring home more money to take care of their immediate needs. Working with the Longos, and I'll confess to you all, I'm a new father. My son's 9 months old, and so being in a role with that kind of responsibility in my family has helped me to appreciate exactly what Mike and Leslie have been going through as parents of young children. The role that I play as an objective advisor, dedicated to instilling confidence in a family faced with an unbelievable situation, is one that I take very seriously and appreciate having the opportunity to play. And although we provided structure and we provided information and we're there to answer questions, I don't have to tell a room full of financial planners this. It's the client that does the work. And being a witness to the efforts that Mike and Leslie have gone through to improve their life has been an honor and a privilege. Since we started working together, Mike and Leslie have both transitioned to new jobs. They're both earning more money. And on top of that, they're pursuing an opportunity to subdivide a plot of land, the plot of land they live on, to leverage that asset and generate more income. And those are ideas that we've talked about in our meetings together. But again, they're the ones out there doing the work and actually working the plan. And so I'll close with this. Again, as I've mentioned, I'm grateful for the small role that I've played, but it pales in comparison to the work that you all have done. And it's meant so much to me to be able to partner with these two as they've faced the challenges that come with Mike's diagnosis. And so there are a lot of powerful, talented financial planners in this room. Consider this a call to action. If you have an excuse to not participate in this program, I'd love to hear it. And I encourage you all to join this effort. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, Yusuf. Mike and Leslie? Oh, yes, absolutely.